Hey everybody, welcome back. Hollywoodpizza here, and I hope you're ready to gain a lot of life because that's exactly what this deck is going to be doing. We're going to be playing some mono white angels. Usually you see this in a Celestia version, green white with like Collected Company, but because of Kayla's reconstruction from Brothers War, we're actually able to go mono white. And on top of that, the addition of Nykthos from the Explorer Anthology definitely makes this deck a viable option. So let's go over some of the cards here that we have in the deck. The first one being that we did mention the Kayla's reconstruction. So for X triple white, you get to look at the top 7 cards of your library, then put up the X artifact and or creature cards, mana value 3 or less from among them on the battlefield. So if you pay this for 7 and you hit 7 creatures or artifacts, you essentially get to put them all into play. This card is really, really powerful. Just for 5 mana, it essentially does the same thing that Coco does, but digs 1 card deeper. And with the added value of the Nykthos, which can give us 1 white mana for each mana symbol that we already have in play. It can kind of get out of hand with the Kayla's Reconstruction, where we're digging really deep into the deck and finding the cards that we need, which essentially are going to end up being cards like Bishop of Wings and Righteous Valkyrie. If you haven't seen this deck before, essentially you get like a Bishop of Wings down, Lunarch Veteran, which gains you life as well. And then you get another life gainer in the Righteous Valkyrie, and then now any angel you play, if you have the Bishop and the Valkyrie down, essentially is going to gain you at least like 7 to 8 life. If it's like a Resplendent, it's going to be like 7. Things like even Inspiring Overseer can gain you a ton of life by itself coming into play. And if you have the Righteous Valkyrie and the Bishop of Wings down, this deck can kind of feel like a combo deck where you're essentially trying to get Bishop and a combination of like Resplendent, Valkyrie, like we already mentioned down, where once you start to gain all that life, if you have a Resplendent Angel down, it's going to be like a really huge payoff because you start to make more angels as long as you've gained 5 or more life in that turn. Some of the earlier drops that we have, besides the Bishop of Wings and the Lunarch, we have Forgiata, which can help spend mana, give you mana towards angels, or it can also make your angels bigger depending on how many angels you already have in play. It also has Vigilance, so you can kind of like attack with it. Then second main phase, you can kind of start to cast your cards and do some other things. On top of that, we also have Voice of the Blessed, which can kind of just get out of hand, especially considering we're gaining a lot of life off of the Lunarch Veterans and some of the other angels in play. Skyclave Apparition is just here to kind of just exile anything that's going to give us a problem. And Book of Exalted Deeds, in combination with another card out of the Explorer Anthology, Mutavault, can essentially make the game locked out and unwinnable for specific opponents. In our sideboard, we have a couple Guardians of Faith against board wipes, 2 Redains to help against control or anything that's going to be casting some expensive spells, a Myriel, which also helps against control or anything that's playing removal that can only cast those cards at sorcery speed. Shalai, another card that protects against pinpoint removal. Lyra, which is really, really great against other aggressive strategies. You just slam this down, and it's just a 5/5 lifelinker with first strike by itself, flying. A really powerful card on top of that. It boosts your angels up and gives them lifelink, so it kind of just puts the game out if you're just able to connect once with this card out on the battlefield. 2 Brave the Elements to help close the game out and or give us protection against targeted removal again. As you can already tell by most of our sideboards so far, targeted removal and board wipes are a lot of the ways that this deck ends up losing, so you want to make sure that you have ways to protect yourself. We also have 3 Portable Holes to help get rid of anything early on the opponent's side. Really good to snag some Land of War Elves, or against humans, just get like a Thalia's Lieutenant out of the way. 2 Rest in Peace against those Greasefang decks, or any type of graveyard strategy. Even against Greasefang, we can kind of go over the top with our Righteous Valkyries to the point where the Parhelion doesn't matter as much, but having that extra insurance of the Rest in Peace is phenomenal. We also have 1 Tomic, which can help for Devotion, and on top of that, it makes it so that your opponents can't cast land cards from their graveyard, and they can't target their lands at all in general, essentially, if they're trying to use it out of the graveyard and on the battlefield. So just a really, really powerful card. Good against like Wolfwillow Haven, and on top of that, it kind of makes it so that like your opponents can't keep getting cards back from their graveyard, which can be like quite troublesome if they're using like fetch lands like Fable Passage and they're kind of like chaining those out. But overall, Tomic kind of like an interesting card to have in the sideboard. It's good on rate and it helps with the devotion. So overall, I had a blast with this deck. Let's go ahead and just jump right into some games and see how much life we can gain. Gonna be on the play here with some angels, and I think it's a keepable hand. We're 1 planes away from being able to cast this Voice of the Blessed, so obviously we're putting a lot of our eggs into this Giada, but hey, what's up, Infamous? Welcome in. It's going pretty good. A little bit up and down so far with the angels, but we're gonna try to get a good streak going here. Looks like we're up against Red Deck Wins. I think we still want this Giada. If it does die, we have the Righteous Valkyrie either way. And opponent does have the stomp, so we're going to take 2 damage here, go down to 18. Let's go and get the Righteous Valkyrie down, then we have the Voice of the Blessed. If we top deck another land, we'll be able to get the Kaya's Reconstruction for 2 permanents off the top 7, which will be really good. And opponent just has Kumanos. We're just going to take the damage here. And that's actually a really good draw because now we have the Lunarch. And a Voice of the Blessed. So we're able to gain 3 life here. Excuse me, 4 life because this is going to get bigger before the Righteous Valkyrie trigger resolves. So we're going to gain 3 life there. And it looks like they have a Lightning Strike. Sure, that's fine. We just need to hit a land for this Kaya's Reconstruction. Think we can attack. We'll pass it back. Even if we don't hit the land, we might still want to play it just to get a good Angel. So that way our Righteous Valkyrie can do a lot of work. Opponent coming in for 1. We'll take it. We hit Book of Exalted Deeds. I think we still just do this for 1. A little bit awkward, but we hit another Righteous Valkyrie, so we're going to get to gain a lot of life here. Still don't think we want to attack. I think we did put another Valkyrie there on the bottom, but a land does potentially get us 2 more permanents in play, so let's go and see if we can do that. Gonna take the 5 here from the Bone Crusher. Alright, that's all the opponent has, so pretty happy about our opponent doing that play. We hit a Giada. I think we play the Giada here. Gain some life. Let's pass it back. Obviously, things are a little bit awkward, but... Ooh, Fire Emancipation, sure. Well, their cards deal a lot of damage. They can deal triple damage here. Got some really awkward blocks to make. If we block here... Yeah, we kind of have to block here and take a lot of damage. Going down to 11. Voice of the Blessed. Not really the card we want to see. Let's try to Kaya's Reconstruction. That's really good. We hit the Resplendent Angel. So we're going to gain a lot of life. I think that we can attack. We'll get another Angel. So we'll gain 16, excuse me, 24 more life and go up to 43. So now we can definitely start to take some damage. And our opponent's just going to die next turn. Infamous, I can't remember if you stream or not. I'm just going to throw you a shout out. I mean, I block here. We can take all the damage and then kill them. Doesn't really matter. We're up against red deck. I think these portable holes are going to be great. Lyra, if it can hit the battlefield, is going to be phenomenal. Book's a little bit too slow. Voice of the Blessed doesn't really do anything. I think we get rid of another Giada, maybe. Maybe we keep the Giada. Or we can play a Brave the Elements, which would be pretty good. Let's try one of Brave the Elements. It kind of protects our cards. This is already supposed to be a good matchup for us. I gotcha. Let's keep this. It's a little bit weak because we're not doing like anything crazy. But I also like it because we get the portable holder turn 1. We also have a backup Giada in case the first Giada dies. Alright, 2 Fanaticals. And it does look like the Giada's probably going to die, but if they use the Fanatical Firebrands, we're really happy about that. If they have a Stomp, it's going to be a little bit more annoying, right? Ooh, that's actually really good. Because now they only need to use 1 of those Firebrands, alright. But we do have a Skyclave Apparition, which helps a lot. So we'll go and get rid of this Mechanized Warfare. And let's see. So we can still only do this for 1. That's pretty good. I think we trade here. They're going to get a 3-3. But it doesn't get more damage because of the Torbran. Or it doesn't get more damage from the Torbran. Maybe it was a mistake because we would have been able to Kaya's for more. But at the same time, I think we got to take the 7 here. That's fine. And now we can Kaya's. Try to hit 2 really good Angels, and we do. So we gain some life. We can attack for 2. Pass it back. Now we can block with the Giada if we need to. Ooh, Chain Whirler's really good though. Gonna have to take it. Do they have a burn spell to finish this? They do not. Gain life. Gain some more life. We attack. We gain 6 plus another 4. And now we have a 5-5 and a 4-4. They have Fire Emancipation, but we can just make some trades. Go down to 5. And kill our opponent with the Resplendent Angel. 4 exact damage. We gain the life back, make another angel, gain some more life, and then still have blockers. Obviously a ridiculously scary game at the end there because of the Fire Emancipation, but we were able to get there. We'll see you for the next match. Alright, so going to be on the draw for this one. We'll see what we're up against. Maybe we have a good matchup, maybe not. I think you gotta retry that, Honest Don. I think you gotta try that. Yep, there you go. Really appreciate the 100 bits. Thank you so much, homie. Looks like we're up against Mono Green. They get a Mystic down. We're gonna play Lunarch Veteran. Should be a good matchup. We'll play Bishop of Wings into Resplendent Angel, make a bunch of angels, and hopefully win the game from there. I think it was just too close to the other word when you clicked it. Which is a little bit weird, but I guess it happens. So yeah, we can gain 5, make another angel, gain another 5, so we should have this game locked up here. Obviously our opponent can like do a lot of crazy stuff with elves, but yeah, I mean this second Resplendent Angel's potentially going to seal the deal for us here. They need to have like some kind of instant speed removal spell like a Plummet. So they're going to Coco, they get a lot of elves. Or maybe they just whiff and hit 1 Llanowar elf, unfortunately for them. Fortunate for us, we'll pass the turn back, get an angel, gain 5 more, go up to 31. We have a second Resplendent that's just going to keep this angel factory going. Opponent does have a redraw though, which is really good for them. They could still go over the top of us here with some specific elves if they get it, but... Okay, Shaman of the Pack, gonna make us lose some life. We take 7, going down to 24. And we just have another Resplendent Angel. And our opponent kind of understands that we just have the crazy stuff going here. So we're up against elves. I think the portable holes are really good, obviously, to kill their smaller threats. And Lyra. Lyra's just always going to be good. I think Voice of the Blessed is like a bit clunky here, honestly. It's going to be a little bit more of our slower cards. Do they have Snow-Covered Forest? They do not. Maybe we want one Voice of the Blessed. Maybe we keep the Voice of the Blessed in, actually, and we get rid of Book of Exalted Deed, because an early Voice of the Blessed means that we're getting 2 additional white mana symbols for our devotion. Ooh, this hand's really close. I think we got to take the mulligan. Ooh, the first hand was a little bit better, but I mean, still 1 land here. Alright, not hitting any land. I think we can keep this, though. I think we keep these 4 cards, and we're just really trying to do our Angel game plan here. Hoping to avoid a removal spell. We could hit a Lunarch Veteran. That's a great start. We can play Giada into Righteous Valkyrie, and then any Angels we play are going to be gaining us a lot of life, so... Okay, Elvish Warmaster, plus potentially a Llanowar Elf, or Jaspera. So they're able to get their elf game plan going, it looks like. We're kind of hoping for Kaya's Reconstruction as well, or Kayla's Reconstruction, excuse me, because we'll be able to kind of generate a lot of mana, hopefully off of this Nykthos, and then get some reasonable threats on the battlefield. We could block, but I think I'd take it for now. I actually think that's a really generous attack from them. They can block with the Jaspera Sentinel, and then if they have like a trick, it would obviously be bad for us, but if we hit 1 land, we can Kaya's Reconstruction for 1. If not, I think it's still okay. Like, maybe we want to build up to this. If we hit any Angel, we're just kind of going off with the Righteous Valkyrie and the Giada. Wow, Defiler Vigor is really good. And a Mystic, so yeah, their team's growing. Their team is definitely growing. They're going to try to kill us here pretty quick. So we just need Angels. Mutavault, not the Angels we were looking for. I think we really want Resplendent here. Because now we got our Angel Factory going. They don't have any reach, so we can actually come in for 5 damage. We get another Angel. That gains us a lot more life, and now all of our cards are massive, so our opponent kind of has to kill all of our cards this turn, or they just lose the game. They could activate the Elvish Warmaster, I believe. And that is a lot of damage, so I think we want to block somewhere with our creatures. I think this is fine. We block here. Wow, those look really awesome. 7, 10. So we take 13 here, and then we just kill them. So we go down to 24. We hit a Nykthos, which is pretty good, because we can chain Nykthos to pump up the Resplendent, but we already had Lethal in the air, so... another good matchup for us here. We'll go ahead and see how our next match goes.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book stores got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below. And on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you. Alright, going to be on the play here with some more Angels. This is definitely a hand we can keep. We're 1 land away from activating our 3-drop spells. 2 to 3 lands away from this Kayla's Reconstruction. I think we still play Giada first. Looks like we're up against Potentially mono green. I actually think it's the boat deck. I think this is Grohl. So we're looking to dodge a stomp here. It'd be pretty rough if they did have it, obviously. And it looks like they do. So they're going to stomp the Giada. Yep. And we can at least get our Resplendent Angel down, which is nice. Ooh, Elite Spellbinder is really good too. Let's Elite Spellbinder because it actually gives us a clock. And it gives us a lot of information on what our opponent could be doing. Yeah, we'll take a Chariot. We know they have double boat. Double boat's going to be hard to deal with. They need to hit some land. They need to hit another land for that, I guess. Ooh, a Chrome War is going to take the Spellbinder, though. Well, our opponents definitely got some cards lining up for them. We can just do Book here. Because Book also gives us Devotion. So if we draw a land, we can play Voice of the Blessed and then Kaya's Reconstruction for 2. Right now, Boat's not really doing anything. We'd rather Kayla's Reconstruction and make a bunch of really beefy creatures. That's going to be hard for our opponent to use the Boat on. If they want to use... I was about to say they want to use that on our creature. It's not really going to be that crazy. Okay, so we hit a Lunarch Veteran. This is 3 or more. I think we just want a Lunarch. We can play Voice of the Blessed. This gives us 4. We can also Kayla's Reconstruction. I think we just want to do this. And then we get the Spellbinder back. So that's still going to give us some devotion, even if they crew and kill the Voice. I'm guessing they're going to try to go for the Asika's Chariot because it gives them enough creatures and like more board presence. That's probably the best play. Because now they can use the cat tokens to crew the Skyship, then the Skyship kills the Voice of the Blessed, which is obviously annoying. We need to find a way to get this Resplendent Angel a lot bigger. Yep, so they're going to attack. Unfortunately, the Voice is going to die. So this is still 5. 6 mana. And we hit another Nykthos. That's really good, actually. So we're going to float 5. We'll play another Nykthos. We'll float another 5. So that gives us 9 mana. So we can Kayla's Reconstruction for 6. Unfortunately, we only hit 2 cards here. We do get rid of a Chariot. And I think we have to come in. We're not blocking with this, I don't think. And unfortunately, we didn't gain enough life for the Book of Exalted Deeds to go off, so we're still in a really tough spot here. I mean, we hit this for 6, and we only had 2 cards. That was pretty rough. If we were able to hit any other permanents, we would have kind of been able to go off a little bit. So you can definitely see how hard it is to still kind of get this to go off a little bit. Obviously, if we hit a Mutavault, we're probably in really good shape, because then we can just use the book on the Mutavault and essentially lock our opponent out of the game. Unless they have like a Boseiju, which they could have like a one of Boseiju in their deck. Maybe they're looking to get both boats on the battlefield. If they do, we really want Giada or like another Reconstruction. Another Reconstruction gives us a better shot at getting the cards that we really want to get into play, maybe. Like the Righteous Valkyrie. Alright, so we're going to take some damage here, unfortunately. We know they can't play another boat. 6-10. Yeah, we're going to go down to 3 here. Hoping for a good top deck. Scavenging Ooze is fine. It's just another card in play. We hit a land. Wow, we can't play this and activate it, unfortunately. Trying to see what outs we have. Yeah, fortunately we just got too low, and our opponent just had the right answers at the right time. The Chrome Word didn't really matter, it's just that we weren't able to get our creatures out of boat range. Let's bring in the Redains. Portable Hole is good here. I think Shalai is fine, but not insane. Spellbinder is not good enough. I think we can cut a couple Voice of the Blessed to Giada. The book just wasn't really that impressive here. Do we keep a Shalai, or excuse me, a Giada in, or do we bring in the Shalai even? Let's bring in the other Giada, because that's a card that we really want to hit early, because we want our Angels to get out of, like, boat range, our cards to get out of stomp range as well, if it comes down to that. Definitely a little bit of a tough game, but you know what? We can definitely bounce back. And, you know, this doesn't feel as much of like a best matchup against aggro decks as some of the other matchups that we have. But at the same time, we can get our like combo going, gain a lot of life, and still do the same thing that we do against like mono red, mono green, anything like that. So I think it's still fine. Let's go ahead and see what we need to do. Yeah, this hand's definitely keepable. They can't just stomp the bishop. We have double bishop into Resplendent Angel, I think is the play. They could have an Akroan War. That'd be a little bit annoying, but we might be able to just dodge it here. Double bishop also means we're getting closer to this Kayla's reconstruction. That could be really, really massive here. Okay, Outland Liberator's interesting card choice, but maybe they're thinking that they can get an edge on us. I'm not sure, actually. Maybe they just want to get rid of Book of Exalted Deeds. I can potentially see that, excuse me. But okay, Lovestruck Beast. I think we have our plan, though. Like, we should be able to kind of do what we need to do now. Yep, let's get Resplendent Angel down. No attacks, get an Angel, gain more life. And now we're at 36. The opponent could play like a Chariot, but okay, they're Chrome War for the Resplendent Angel, sure. That's fine. That is okay. Attack for 5, no blocks. I think we just do this for 3. No reason not to. Angels. We're just gonna do the thing. Get this Resplendent back on our side. Attack for 6. We're at 50 life. We get another Angel. Gain more life. Go up to 69. Nice. I mean, I don't really know how much better we can do right now. They have an Akroan. So they'll probably take the Righteous Valkyrie. But I don't think that that's going to save them. Because we have Resplendent Angel gaining a lot of life. Even if they have one flying blocker, I really don't think that's going to do it. Alright, they just take a token, which is kind of a weird choice, in all honesty. We're just going to... Can we just do this? Alright, I guess we can play Giada first. Yep, gain a bunch of life. And we're just going to do a lot of crazy stuff they can't stop. They did have a really slow start, though, in their defense that game, so... yeah, that was pretty good. Definitely worked out for us there. You're saying portable hold a token. Let's go. Portable hold a token, assert dominance. Alright, let's see how this match goes for us here. Gonna be our third game against green-red. Looks like Arena is crashing a little bit for us. Do we need to restart it? Or maybe they're still sideboarding? Okay. I was about to say, like, Arena crashes all the time, so... even for me. Doesn't happen often, but it still does. I think we have to mulligan. We can keep this hand. So they might have the early stomp. But I think we still have to take a chance. And we definitely portable hold this land world. Oh, you know they got the stomp. Oh, maybe should have kept the other Giada. Yeah, they have a stop, so they definitely got it, I think. Yep, here comes the stomp. Hoping to top deck a land. If we do, we have Valkyrie into Resplendent Angel. It could be any land. If it's a Nykthos, still okay. And let's see what they got. Maybe they just have Bone Crusher. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Or maybe they play Lovestruck, try to set up like a Henge or some kind of beatdown for the following turn. It looks like they just have Bone Crusher. We do not top deck a land, unfortunately, so definitely a tough spot here for us. Gonna take the 4. And I think we might be in a tough spot here if we don't top deck a land now. There's a Chariot. Alright, so we do top deck the Mutavault. Let's go and get Righteous Valkyrie down. We're looking for any second white source here to get us a Resplendent or the Bishop of Wings. Probably the Bishop of Wings. We're looking to dodge a lot of cards. We need to dodge a Chrome War. There's kind of just like a lot of things that need to go right for us right now. We're going to probably just take this 8. Yep, they get to make another token. We're just going to have to take it here. And missing that land drop definitely hurt us here in the long run, obviously. And unfortunately, they do have an Obliterating Bolt, so they're able to have all the answers for us here. We do top deck a Nykthos, but could play Bishop of Wings, and unfortunately, it's not going to do it. So, Groll Boat definitely lining up the right answers. Obviously, we missed a land drop in between there that definitely hurt us, but we'll go ahead and see it for the post-game wrap. And we're back for the post-game wrap. This deck's always good. In all honesty, it really feels more like a combo aggro deck because you're really trying to set up the Righteous Valkyrie, the Bishop, and the Resplendent Angel, so you can kind of just get like your own Angel Factory going where you're just gaining a ton of life, making some flyers, and they just kind of just keep getting bigger. I actually think this deck is a great option for tournaments. It's taken down a tournament, Explorer tournament in the past, and I think for the latter, it's another phenomenal deck where you just run into a lot of these creature matchups, and you can just go over the top or just gain so much life that they can't really do anything about it. And on top of that, I actually think this is a phenomenal option against Mono Green Devotion because you can go over the top of what they're doing. A lot of the time, their main way of kind of like stopping you is like get a Karn and maybe like a Cavalier to block in between. But other than that, they don't really have much of an answer outright to most of your cards. So you can gain a ton of life and just end up with a bunch of flyers if you can get the kind of Resplendent Righteous Bishop of Wing combo going. But overall, I think this deck's great. I know I have a ton of fun when I'm playing it. I definitely recommend giving it a try if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button, bell notification, leave a comment down below. Don't forget, we host 3 tournaments a month. All are free to play. There's going to be links for that, my content as well in the description below. And I hope that you stay cheesy.